Okay, Tyler, so pretty dire homework last week. I haven't marked a paper 1 yet, so let's see how you do. Okay, so this is wrong. What you've written there is 2,250,310. For it to be 2,025,000, that 0 needs to be there. 23,008 is correct. 38 and 32, 46 and 42, 119. 83 isn't a square number. You need to go through your sort of multiplying. So 5 5 is 25, 6 6 is 36, 7 7 is 49, 8 8 is 64, 9 9 is 81. So the square number between 80 and 90 is 81. That's good. 7,000 is right. Prime 51 has got a tens digit of 5, but 3 goes into it. 3 goes into 5 once, remainder 2. 3 goes into 21 7 times. What they're looking for, or there are only 2 prime numbers in the 50s, which is 53 or 59. 84 divided by 6, you've got to work it out. So again, you need to have a non-calculator method. So how many times does 6 go into 8? Once. What's the remainder? 2. How many times does 6 go into 24? 4. Any remainder? No. So that's your division. 14. That one's right. So total for the page 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. So you dropped a few marks on that first page that you should be expecting yourself to be able to do. Okay, that's good. You're explaining what you're doing and you're getting the maths right. Well done. Good. You're going to lose a mark because you haven't told me what that axis represents. So you either need to say number of pupils, choosing sport, or the easiest thing is just to recall it the frequency column. So there's 4 marks for that. There's 2 marks for getting the height. So there's 6. You're going to lose one of those 6 for not labelling that graph. Hockey is correct. So that one is right, and then that is correct as well. Good. 55 and 2.5 is right. So that's 9, 10, 12 marks for that page. 5 for that page. Good start. Now here, that is fine because you've got it right. So full marks. This, you haven't shown me any workings out how you've got that 80 there. So out of the 3 marks, you can't get any for your maths. You will get 1 mark, however, for the units, because in this question, it's specifically asking you for them. But you really should be showing me where that 80 comes from. That's good. 8 for the page. Win, draw, 2 losses. 2 draws, 3 losses. Good. That's right, that's right, that's right. Excellent. 10 marks for that page. 143 is not right. Now what you have to do here is spot that what you've got is a because it's a rhombus, that triangle is identical to that triangle, which means if that's 37, so is that. That then puts you into this isosceles triangle where the angles at the bottom of the same sides of the same length are the same. So that's 37 and that's 37, which you then add up and take away from 180 and it will give you that. So your method is not right there. With this one, although those are lying on the same straight line, their angles aren't related because that is related to that on the straight line. So it's not 180 take away 61. The angle property fact you need to know is that the angles inside a quadrilateral add up to 360. So take those away from 360 will give you that one, and then take that away from 180 to get that one. So your method is wrong on both of those, unfortunately. 2 marks for that page. 5 out of 12 is correct. In order to work out this one, what you need to do is, this is telling you in every 12 games you can expect 5 wins. So if you've got 60 games, you want to break that down into groups of 12. So 60 divided by 12 is 5. So there's 5 groups of 12, and in each of those 5 groups you would expect 5 wins to make 25 expected winners. Okay, the way that you would write it is 5 12ths times 60. So 60 divided by 12, 60 divided by 12 is 5, 5 5s are 25. So that's what they're looking for there. And then you'd use that information then to go on and finish the question. So take a look how I work through that. They're called games of chance. Go on to the foundation topic page and choose some to have a go at. That's good. That one's good. This one's not. X divided by 5 is 10. That's correct. So to get the x on its own, you have to do the opposite of dividing by 10. $20 divided by 5 isn't 10. 20 divided by 5 is 4. What you have to do is multiply 10 by 5. Total for the page 6. It's not enough just to circle them. You will get any marks, even if those are right, without giving an explanation. So it is false, and it's false because 2 is prime and odd. Even, sorry, not odd, what am I on about? This one is false, but then you need to give me an example of one that doesn't work for. So 18 is the easiest one. If you half 18, you get 9. And with this one, it's not enough just to give some examples. It's what you need to do is basically what you're trying to do there. Say that if they're consecutive, whole number by the one before it, one of them is going to be even, one of those is going to be odd, and odd times even will always give you even. That's correct. This isn't. Okay, what you've got there, if there's no number there, you've got a little 1 above them. And when we looked at this, what we said was that for square numbers, those powers are always even. So in order to make that a square number, you'd have to have that going up to a 2 and that going up to a 2. So you'd have to multiply it by another 2 and another 3, which would mean you'd be multiplying by 6. So that's that. What you've drawn here isn't a group frequency diagram. Now what I did tell you when you were doing the test on Thursday is if you're not sure what a group frequency diagram is, they actually give you one of their own. So it's that type of graph that you need to be drawing. So only 3 on that page. 75 is correct. It is Tom, but what you need to do then is again explain how you could decide. It was harder on yours because you haven't drawn one of these, but basically what you're looking to say is the longer logs there, Billy has only got 5 and 5, 10 logs that are longer than 65 centimeters, whereas Tom, okay, you can't necessarily see it there, but you can see it here, has got 40 logs bigger than 65 centimeters, and that's what you need to be saying. 234.60, that one's wrong. 2 onions is right. 460 is right, 320 is right, and 182.5 is good as well. So you've only made one mistake there. This is wrong. 12, if that does say 12 under there, 12 would have been right. But again, for 4 marks, you haven't shown me any workings, can't give you any credit. With this one, 180 minus 105 is 75. That 75 is that angle there, which is inside this triangle. So you can work out what that angle there is by taking those two away from 180. Once you know what that angle is, it's the same as that angle, which is the same as that angle from the properties of parallel lines. But you haven't done enough to get the marks there. If you'd have written the 75 in there, or shown me there, then you'd have got 1 out of 2. 3 for the page. 8 is correct. And pi isn't anything to do with that. But if you take a look at me, how I explain that, then perhaps you can get your head around it. So, feels like a pretty good paper this, Tyler. Let's have a look. 10, 15, 27, 35, 45, 47, 53, 56, 56, 60, 63. 63 is a C. It's a low C. You're only a couple of marks in there. And obviously, if you did poorly in the paper 2, then that would mean that you'd be borderline C. But if you do well in paper 2, then that is really good. Good, well done.